6 of the NFL regular season. This is Matt Taylor, and join me, Rick Venturi, and Lara Overton on Sunday afternoon. The 2-2-1 Colts look to knock off the 2-3 Jaguars after the Colts were blanked in Jacksonville 24-0 in Week 2. It's the Colts and Jaguars in a huge AFC South game on Sunday with countdown to kickoff starting at 11 with a game to follow at noon. Hear every play on Sunday afternoon right here on the Bell Tire Radio Network.
Tonight, the Indiana Pacers play in their first game at Gainbridge Fieldhouse this season. They'll take on the New York Knicks for the second time this preseason. Here's why Rick Carlisle thinks it's an important matchup for the Pacers.
Their physicality and shot creators really bothered us last game, so we're going to have to adjust and do better there.
The Pacers also signed G League MVP Trevelin Queen to a two-way contract. Queen averaged 22 points per game in the G League last season. The Indianapolis Colts continue searching for the best version of their offensive line. On Thursday against the Broncos, the Colts put rookie Bernard Ryman in for his first start of the season. Here's Marcus Brady on the growing pains of starting in the NFL.
He was thrown in the fire, but I thought he battled and competed, and you saw some good things there. Did he get beat? Yes. But he's only going to get better. We like where he's at.
The Colts special teams unit has been hit by injuries throughout the season. Yesterday, the Colts put all-pro special teamer Ashton Doolin on injured reserve. Doolin, who is also a wide receiver for the Colts, injured his foot in Thursday's game against the Broncos. Due to NFL's injured reserve rules, he'll miss at least 4 weeks. At Big Ten Media Days yesterday, Purdue head coach Matt Painter spoke highly of the 2022 Mr. Indiana basketball winner, Braden Smith.
Braden Smith is a quintessential point guard, very good passer, understands how to play.
With the story surrounding Indiana being their shooting, head coach Mike Woodson says it still starts on the defensive end.
We were in every ball game because we defended, and that can never go away.
Indiana was picked to win the Big Ten title. Last night, the Cleveland Guardians fell to the New York Yankees in Game 1 of the ALDS. The lone Cleveland run came in the top of the third inning. For Network Indiana Sports, I'm Josh Molinex.
Attention seniors, Salem McDonald's has started Senior Tuesdays. Every Tuesday from 2 to 5, seniors receive 25% off their purchase. This offer is not valid with any other offer, and only between the hours of 2 and 5. There's always something to celebrate with McDonald's, with their fresh, hot breakfast, hot cakes, bacon, and eggs, and their bagel sandwiches to everyone's favorite Big Mac and Quarter Pounder. And birthday celebrations are back in Salem, Mitchell, and French Lick with Renee. Stop by today and find out all the great ways to McDonald's. And don't forget, let your favorite senior know about Senior Tuesdays from 2 to 5. I'm loving it.
And here they come. And Indiana got to him.
Indiana football is back.
Touchdown!
Hoosier fans, Indiana football tickets are on sale now. Catch the action this fall at Memorial Stadium as head coach Tom Allen leads the Hoosiers in the battle against the Maryland Terrapins on October 15th. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit IUHoosiers.com. Support the Hoosiers 2022. Go, IU.
Down to the 10, the 5, touchdown!
We're celebrating our 50th season of Coach's Corner on WSLM Radio and ready to take you into the WSLM Sports Zone. Coach's Corner is your chance to get to know your local coaches, players, and staff of each local school and get the X's and O's before the next games. Join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. for the Red Hot Stove League for the latest from the Cincinnati Reds, and stay around for Coach's Corner. During the week, you'll also hear from IU and Purdue coaches, as well as updates from Indy Racing, NASCAR, and the Indianapolis Colts. You'll find us on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM, along with live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure and follow us all season for a front row seat and a closer look at high school and regional sports.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Coach's Corner. And we're live from the Nader Hater Studio. Welcome, everybody, and having a great evening right here at WSLM.
Good to be back. I've been on a little hiatus, but got all that taken care of, and we're back, and we're just going to jump right into this. Tonight's first coach is going to be Coach Blair Thompson. How you doing tonight, Coach?
I'm doing great, Nate. Thank you. Glad to have you back.
I know you had to suffer through that squatch last week. Yeah, I got to listen to both of them. I listened to that, and I listened to the game Friday night, and yeah, you guys desperately need me.
Yeah. We're missing out on you for sure. I know that.
Well, you know, like I said, I got to listen to the game while I was in the hotel room out in Oklahoma, and I was not at a chicken convention, by the way. But you know, it was one of those things that whenever I heard Grayson go down, my heart just broke. I knew what was coming after that because, I mean, Grayson doesn't lay down. But you know, walk through this game with me.
Well, I mean, we got off to a pretty good start. I mean, we were down 6. You know, with actually 8. I guess it was 8. With about 12 seconds to go in the half. Which, if you know, like we talked last week, we were 29-point underdogs according to the John Harrell website, and we're down 8 with a chance to go in the half, and you know, down the score, which we were real excited about that. And I thought our kids played real well defensively. We didn't give up any big plays. We forced them to drive down the field. We got in the red zone a couple times and didn't score, but then Hayden came up with a big interception, and we were able to punch it in, adjusting ball to Stevenson on a throw there. And then we got the ball, we stopped them, and they punted the ball down into the, well, actually, Harley got an interception.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Ran it out to about the 40, but we got a personal foul call on a return.
Right.
Which backed it up 15. Then we jumped off sides, which backed it up 5-4. And so I was trying to run the clock out. I didn't want to punt the ball. Obviously, when Grayson got hurt, we didn't have a long snapper. And,
right.
Which, you know, we didn't have a center or a long snapper. And so I was trying to run the clock out, and Evan ran the ball out of, Evan was pushed out of bounds on 3rd down, and that really stopped our chances of running the clock out. And then they used their timeout, and they bought the punt. Punt bounces off into the end zone, and they recover it. So instead of going down 8, we're down 2 scores. Still, you know, we were disappointed, still not out of it, you know, and then we got the onside kick to start the second half. Dropped 2 balls in the end zone on that possession that could have cut it back to 8 and probably would have changed momentum. But, you know, we know Charlestown's a good team. They didn't, yeah, I know the score was pretty lopsided at the end of it, but, you know, if you were at the game, the score definitely didn't tell how hard our kids played. And we intercepted, you know, one of the best quarterbacks in Southern Indiana 3 times, and you know, we're just it's the same thing every week. You know, we're continuing to play hard. Our younger kids are stepping up to the table, and but you know, when you lose your center and captain, I got 3 captains hurt out of 4 right now. So right. I've been coaching football in Salem for over 20 years. I've never seen that. So it's been an interesting year, to say the least.
Well, let's talk about some of the good stuff. You mentioned Harley Shockey. If I'm not mistaken, does that boy have 5 interceptions this year?
I think it's 4.
4? Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember for sure what the number was, but I knew he was getting up there, and, I mean, that kid's playing some good defensive ball.
Well, he should have had 5, but he let one go through his hands down there and peek, and then that was the kid's helmet, if we remember correctly.
Yeah.
So, we'll give him grief about that. But no, yeah. He gets better every week, you know. And he's a kid he's a competitor, and he hates to lose, and he's a kid that's coachable. I mean, that's been a thing for us this year, is finding kids that are coachable, finding kids that can handle criticism, can handle coach raising their voice at him a little bit, and you know, he just always says yes sir, and then goes back to work. So But we moved him from safety to corner and back to safety. He's played multiple positions back there. And just really excited about his development from where we were starting of the year and until we are now.
Well, and another one that I want to talk about a little bit, and we talked about him last time we had a conversation, is Adam Mull. We talked about maybe him being a little undersized and this and that, but I tell you what, the games that I've seen him play and listening to the game last Friday night, the kid's playing some really good ball, and he's really impressed me.
Yeah, I think if you were to look at his numbers from last week, they're a little lopsided because I think we had 5 drops. And Adam's putting the ball right on the money, and we didn't make the plays that we usually make. Like I said, we dropped 2 in the end zone. Johnson dropped the long one. That hit him in the hands, and then I think Blake dropped a couple. Just he should have probably been 75% on his passing. So
right.
Your second start, and you're playing an undefeated team in the Mid-South Conference, and a team that blitzes a lot. If you remember last year, how much trouble we had down there last year with a veterans crew, right?
Right.
I'm just real taken with Adam, and he puts the ball where we need it to be, and controls the huddle. You wouldn't, if you didn't know he was a sophomore, you wouldn't know. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He handles the huddle like a senior or upperclassman, and just continues to get better every week.
Now, of course, I wasn't there, but hearing Ryan talk on the radio, Evan was hobbling around a little bit. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, I'm not sure what his status is going to be for Friday. He's got a calf issue, and he's hasn't taken any reps this week. I don't know. Zane Pauli's back, so he's healthy, so Zane will probably get most of the reps Friday night.
Yeah. Now with Grayson being sidelined, what did you have to do to adjust for that?
We had an audition. It was like the circus. We had to put the balls on the ground and over our heads. We lined them up and said who could do it. So we found us a couple, and we feel like we're going to be okay there. Obviously, we've seen what our offense looks like without Grayson. So, but no adult is going to start center for us, and we're excited about having a kid that can make that transition. Noah played quarterback before he moved here, and so it's kind of his way of just throwing it to Adam. You know what I mean? So
right.
And then Brady Briscoe, who's snapped for Adam, and it's Adam's cousin.
They click pretty well.
They've done a lot of that going up. So Brady's going to be our backup, and we've had some. We haven't had any bad snaps last 2 days, and we're excited about having another kid step up. And like I said, you have 3 of your 4 senior captains, and then Evan's been playing. He's been inserted into the captain role there. I mean, so really 4 of our 5 captains are hurt. It's a rough go. So we'll see how things go on Friday, though. We'll be ready and see how play a good team out there.
What's the status on Tuck right now?
Tuck is going to be out the rest of the year. He's done. So his shoulder's still hurt, and he can still barely lift the thing up. So
yeah, right. I hate to hear that. Tuck is such a great kid, and he's worked his butt off to have that spot, and I hate to see an injury take him out of there, but I'd rather see him healthy.
He worked extremely hard in the off season, put on some pounds, and really was stronger than ever, and it was quicker than ever. And I just hate it for him. He's had some shoulder injuries on his throwing shoulder too, so both his shoulders are kind of beat up right now, and hopefully we get healthy. And basketball and baseball season around the corner.
All right, so we're going out to West Washington this week. Run me through a little bit of the game plan there.
Obviously, West Washington's 5-2, and they got a good team. They beat Springs Valley. That's a team that our common opponents. They beat Valley and Pekin, and beat both of them pretty handily. So We know we're up against it. They got a great running game. I really like the Roberts kid a lot. He's a big back, a lot similar to the back down at Eastern. He runs the ball really hard. We're going to have to have a lot of guys on him to tackle him. We won't be able to tackle him up high. We'll have to have a lot of guys on the football. And then, you know, the head of the monster is Keaton Chase, and you know, he's a tremendous quarterback. We saw a few flashes of it last year. You know, he started. He was young last year, and you saw flashes of it. Even in the game where it was lopsided last year, he made a lot of plays on his own, and didn't have the line in front of him that he does right now. And he's extremely quick. He can get outside. He can throw on the run. And so those two guys are, you know, I think if you're talking about West Washington, those are the two guys you got to take care of. And if you do that, then you have a chance. And if you don't, it's going to be a long night for us.
That's right. You know, and you know, county championship on the line. And I know that doesn't mean as much as healthy kids and this and that, but you know, we've got something to get done, and we need to do so.
You know, Blair, I was you know, talking to you know, Mott's and the other coaches in your office earlier today, and you know, Mott said something that kind of, you know, and you know, when you were playing, do you remember the injuries that you had then versus now? Because I don't remember anybody really having the shoulder injuries, the knee injuries. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've seen broken bones, but what is the, you know, why are we going to all these ligament injuries versus the bones?
Well, we've had, I think, 2 or 3 ACLs in 8th grade in the last couple of years. So you've never heard of that, right?
Yeah, Drake Kudrow was one.
Yep.
I have my opinion on it. It's not based on science or, you know, a doctor, but you know, we play a lot of sports. We play a lot of weekends. Travel ball was not a thing when we were kids, and you know, we've seen kids with arms and elbows and shoulders and knees, and you know,
and that's something that's kind of plagued us for years, even with youth football. Kids that were playing, you know, youth football and travel baseball at the same time. You know, you have a kid that gets hurt in one and he's out in both.
You know, and you got you know, you got volleyball, you got basketball, you got baseball. I mean, there's so many.
There's no time to heal.
Right.
Youth sports has just blown up, you know, and we never thought about it much when we were kids, and you know, it was, you played your sport, now it's about it, you know. So, and I think that's a huge part of it. I mean, my son is a baseball, you know, 10U baseball player, or 11U now, and you know, a couple years ago they played, you know, I think it was 52 games or something in the summer, you know, which is just ridiculous. And I think, you know, if we get this false sense of our kids are going to go play college sport if they go at, you know, 8, 9, and 10 years old and they're playing every weekend. And I would like to see the statistics on the amount of kids that...
You know, and it's funny you mention that, because it's funny how you see these certain kids at the youth level and you think, well, this kid is just going to be a stud. And then by the time they're, you know, in high school, they're riding the bench most of the time. And I'm not saying that's every case, but that is, you know, that has certainly happened. And you know, it just goes to show you that without proper care, you know, you're going to end up, you know, with some injuries.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you know, as a youngster, you don't eat right. You know, you're not stretching, you're not, you know, taking care of your body the way people do. And I know there was a group that went through here a couple of years ago that were basketball people that played more basketball games in one summer than they played in 4 years of total varsity basketball. You know, and they played that much in 2 months. You know what I mean? And that's a grind. You know, and then you go back to our girls basketball team. I mean, they were great. You know, they played a lot of AU basketball, and you know, Leah tears her ACL, and then Carly tears her ACL the first year at IUS. You know, Letty has a back issue, and you know, it's just It's interesting. I know it won't stop because everybody does it, you know.
Right.
And if you're not doing it, they make you feel like you should be doing it. And I'm just real fortunate, or we are, as football coaches, there hasn't been a travel ball football thing off yet. So, or we'd be right in the mix of that. We'd be talking about concussions all the time.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time tonight, and it's been good talking to you, and I will see you Friday night, and good luck.
All right, appreciate it. We're going to do our best.
All right, Blair. We'll see you then.
That's it.
I blame chicken nuggets.
Blame chicken nuggets?
I blame McDonald's chicken nuggets.
You might have something there.
You know, because you think about it. Okay, they take a chicken, and I'm not talking about your chickens. Your chickens are like, but they take a chicken, and they hatch that chicken, and 33 days later, they're eating that chicken.
Depends on the chicken.
But normally, there's something wrong, and it's a full-size chicken.
Oh, yeah, it's not just a full-size chicken. It's a huge chicken.
It's a huge chicken.
Listen,
Now,
I bought Gunnar Lawson's Grand Champion chickens for meat pen from the county fair this year. And those chickens were 6 or 8 weeks old and twice the size of my 2-year-old chickens.
yeah, I mean, chickens, I mean,
See how I worked that into my chickens?
yeah, I don't like every chicken. But I'm telling you, these chickens that, you know, they're feeding these kids nowadays, it's like there's so much hormones and steroids and stuff.
I used to work for a guy named Mel Byerly. Some of y'all might know him. And we were talking. His boy was in middle school and wrestling in middle school at Beacon. And he come in. He's like, "You walk into a middle school lately?" He's like, "These kids are huge. It's all that grow dope they're putting in the food."
Yes. It's chicken nuggets, I'm telling you. Because, you know, when I was a kid, we had, you know, when McDonald's came out with the chicken nuggets, you remember, Greg, it was like, all the kids wanted was chicken nuggets.
That's all the kids want now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and I try to make chicken. Yeah, I mean, I try to make chicken at home. You know, because I stole one of his chickens. I tried to make chicken. They wouldn't eat it, but they'll eat chicken nuggets from.
I had a chicken come up.
Crap! Did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
I just stole one of these chickens. Anyway, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was tasty. It was tasty.
All right, we gotta take a commercial break.
Remember when KFC had their chicken nuggets?
Yes.
How good they were?
Yeah.
They were like real.
And the little square chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah. We'll be
surgery, injury, or illness. Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Whenever the forecast is nice, you're probably thinking about enjoying the great outdoors. Whether that means doing some four-wheeling or hitting the road in an RV, First Harrison Bank can help make your dreams a reality with a loan designed to meet your needs. Talk with one of our associates about our options for RV, boat, and camper financing. If you're looking for a great auto loan, we can help with that too. To get started, just visit us at firstharrison.com. Keep it easy, keep it local. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Join WSLM at the Stevens Museum for another fun night for trick-or-treating on Saturday, October the 29th from 5 to 6:15 p.m. on the museum grounds. The event is free to the community. Bring your children in costume and stroll through the museum grounds. The local Halloween parade starts at 6:30 and it's only a short walk to the downtown area. For more information, contact the Stevens Museum at 812-883-6495 or call 812-620-7271.
Keep playing. Keep working. Keep going. And keep moving with the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health. With an experienced team and a full line of advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose Baptist to help them keep on keeping on. Visit baptisthealth.com/ortho to find a Baptist Health provider.
Communication is important on the football field just like in life. That's why Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent Jason Petmeyer wants to get to know his customers. Whether it's auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, Jason will listen to you and help you create an insurance plan to match your needs. Call Indiana Farm Bureau agent Jason Petmeyer at 812-883-2995 or stop by his office at 813 South Jackson Street in Salem. Jason Petmeyer is a proud supporter of the Salem Lions.
I thought you. Yeah. Okay. We're back and we're live.
Right now.
We're live now.
Lord have mercy. It's a good thing they didn't catch that a couple seconds earlier.
I mean, hey, at least I didn't say the F word. I didn't say that word.
On air.
On air.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second coach tonight is Coach Jeremy Lowry. And Jeremy, happy 50th birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, knock it off. Are you...
Somebody shoot that dying dog getting back to Cinder.
Listen.
He ate one of Nate's chickens. That's what happened.
Just like Becky said, birthdays at McDonald's are back, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, need to go up there and get the old McDonald's birthday cake. That's always pretty good. Pretty good go-to. McDonald's birthday cake and ice cream.
Listen, I'm kind of wanting to see what these adult Happy Meals are about. You see those?
I have no idea.
McDonald's is doing an adult Happy
No.
Meal.
I don't have the inside track anymore, so.
I know. We were just talking about that during the break. That's a shame.
They don't have bourbon.
They don't have bourbon in them? Greg's already went and checked them out.
Bud Light. I'm all about Bud Light.
All right, let's get to some football, guys. I'm serious.
Jeremy.
Sir.
What?
No, don't go to section.
I'm not going to say. We're not. I don't even want to look at that. So 68 to 6.
Yeah, you just games like that. You've got really like any game, it's a faithless opponent. You've got to go out. You've got to play your football. You can't get caught up in how good somebody's record is, how not so good somebody's record is. You just got to go out and do your thing, and we were able to do that in all three phases, and got to play every kid by the end of the night, which is always a bonus on Friday night. Get some experience on those young kids, and it was a good night for us.
Well, that's something that we've talked about before is, shut up, it's my turn. That's something that we had talked about before. There's some of those games that you're glad to get just because you get to get a different look. You get to throw in, the little things that you worked on in practice, but, you wouldn't necessarily pull out during certain games. So you get to actually look at those things.
Yeah, you get some different combinations. When you get up early in the game, you get a period of time where you get your JV quarterback with your starting offensive line, and that's beneficial because you get more of a fair evaluation of the young man than when he's behind the younger line, and different things like that are interesting. And you can go back and evaluate and get something out of it.
That gives your JV quarterback a little bit of confidence too, because that's an issue that we've had down here in Salem with our starting quarterback being injured. We've got a young quarterback out there, and every snap he gets, every time he gets the ball, he gets a little bit better because he's behind that starting offensive line. So that really gives them confidence too.
Oh, absolutely. Field players are great, and everybody wants to have them, and they're a luxury. But at the end of the day, it's those guys up front that make it happen. And when you're able to put some younger guys behind an experienced line, like you said, you build some confidence, and you get a chance to really see what they can do.
So at some point, did you actually think about putting like 7th or 8th grade in? That's a heck of a difference.
Oh, we're gonna fire this guy.
I'm telling you. Because I mean,
I'm gonna dodge that one.
I would dodge that too. Yeah, I definitely would.
Crawford County cannot hear me way over here.
Shouldn't you be asking him what he ate before the game or something?
No, well, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're going to ask him about what he's going to eat before this next game.
So yeah, let's get to this next game. This is kind of a big game. It's the county championship on the line, and it's always fun when these two schools get together. What are you expecting?
Well, first of all, like you said, it's going to be fun. It'll be an electric atmosphere. There'll be a lot of people at the game. Chris will be happy because the grill will be.
That's right.
Be fired up. It'll be smoking. He can go get his ribeye, so he'll be happy.
Can I do a pre-order?
Listen, shut up.
But no, it's going to be a big game atmosphere. County championship. Both teams get really excited for it. Both teams were able to come on top of Eastern this year, so it's winner take all.
I tell you what, that was almost the other direction. That kind of got a little rough for us down here, but I always love this rivalry, this county championship, because these three schools are what we've been trying for years to build up and make a football family between us, and I really enjoy the competition. And I mean, you guys are playing some really good football out there. It's been pretty rough for us down here this year, but any given Friday night, things could go one way or the other. So we're hoping for success down here. But at the end of the day, I want to see a really good football game.
Yeah, both teams are going to come ready to play. You've got two well-coached football teams. Salem is a fine football team. I know the record isn't what you guys want it to be this year, but they've competed against very good opponents. We know what they're capable of, and we realize that we're certainly going to have to bring our A game to come out on top.
Now, you guys have had a whole lot of home games this year. Have you lost one at home this year?
Yes, we've lost both
were at home.
losses came at home this year.
Well, whenever most of your schedule is at home, you run that risk.
Yeah, absolutely. Our kids are preparing well, and they're excited to go play. And that's what you want this time of year. They're working hard. They feel like we are get ready to get into our second season, and to get into that second season, you want to go in with momentum. And this would be a huge step in that process to go into the tournament with a lot of momentum. That's what we're looking for.
All right, so we can't ignore this. You turned the big 5-0 today. Do me a favor and reflect back on your career up to this point, and what is in store for the next, say, 20 years?
Well, I'm one of those guys. I don't look in the rearview mirror. It's been a fun ride, but you certainly can't look in the rearview mirror. You got to look ahead, and really excited for the future of West Washington football and the state of our youth program and our junior high program, and high school has had a good year, and that's exciting to me. And I see myself coaching as long as they'll continue to roll me out there. I plan to keep coaching.
Okay, now I have heard some really good things about your youth program this year too, since you guys have switched over. This is your second year in the PLAC deal there, right?
Yes, sir.
How's that working out there?
We started year 2, and we had 4 teams. We had 82 kids, and which was extremely encouraging. So, 2 lower teams, 2 upper teams. We were fortunate enough to our upper division 5th and 6th team lost a close game in the semifinal, 14-8. Had a great year. Got a little banged up late in the year. I think we would have made a run at the whole thing, and then our 3rd and 4th grade was able to win it all.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, that's a success story that I love to hear, because, given that Chris and I were both youth coaches for so long, that's the thing that as a youth coach you strive for. Not, I want to make my kids' team good. I want to make my school's team good. I want these kids to be prepared for whenever they walk out there on Friday nights, to be excited, be good football players, be well educated, and ready to go.
Well, the kids had a ton of fun, and that's goal number 1 is you got to set the hook, and I feel like we've certainly set the hook. And then when you're able to teach them some fundamentals and see their improvement and see them go experience some success, that certainly gets exciting for everyone.
Well, and also, Jeremy, looking at what you guys were able to accomplish out there with the youth program. I mean, getting those kids to go to these other schools and playing, that is a huge thing when you're looking at these kids that you've got out there right now, and the kids that they're playing them the rest of their lives. And when you have that kind of when you be able to see them even in high school, you're going, yeah, I remember playing you when I was in 3rd and 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. That's a huge thing also. So how they're going to play when they get into high school even.
Yeah, and go ahead, Jeremy.
Our varsity and our junior high staff, we've made a huge commitment. We all coach out there, and not only do we hold camps, but we're at practice every day. We're working with those kids. it makes for very long days at times, and it can be very exhausting, but when you see the finished product, it's all worth it.
That's right. All right, Jeremy. Well, again, happy birthday. It was good getting to talk to you tonight, and we will see you at your house on Friday night.
Have a piece of cake for me.
What's that?
Have a piece of cake for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, Jeremy. We will see you on Friday night. You have a good night.
Yes, Chris, I'm real sorry to hear about your son, and I know that's a tough deal, and I've had to go through something similar myself, and seeing it happen to other kids, and I know you will love him and support him, and like I said, I hate to hear that.
Jeremy, I really appreciate that. When you're sitting in the stands and you see your kid on the field, and we put him in orange shoes this year, so that way we wouldn't be able to lose track of him. We put him in orange shoes, and I looked at him, and those orange shoes were not getting up off the field, and that's not like him. I knew something was serious right then and there, and just to let everybody know, we have an MRI scheduled for tomorrow. Went to the doctor yesterday. He does have a ACL and MCL tear. They are doing the MRI tomorrow to see if there's anything else, in there that they need to fix. But looks like we'll be looking at surgery probably in the next week or so.
Well, our thoughts and prayers are with you, buddy.
But, I really appreciate that, Jeremy. I really do. And I know that...
That's football family right there.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And, he told me, he goes, Dad, he goes, because we've been really struggling this year with, him wanting to wrestle, and he said he didn't know if he wanted to or not, and I've been praying, relentlessly for God to just give us a sign to tell him, hey, you need to wrestle. And no, God went the other way on this one. So, and he looked at me, after the game Friday night, and we were walking across the auxiliary gym, and he stopped me and he goes, Dad, he goes, this is 100% God's plan, and you cannot deny God's plan. And it's amazing that I got a kid that's that smart.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad he's got a great attitude about it, and he's got a foundation there.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, we will catch you on Friday night, buddy. You guys have a good night.
All right, guys. We'll see you Friday. Have a great one.
Thanks, sir.
They always say you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back after commercial break.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discounted savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available in every state.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Betty Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at EddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Coffee with friends, family dinners, watching the grandkids play soccer on Saturdays, church on Sundays. Sounds pretty normal, but COVID is still there, and if you aren't vaccinated, you're still at risk. We're almost back to normal. Let's give it a shot. Call Hoosier Uplands Economic Development Corporation today at 812-849-4457 to learn more. Let's give back to normal a shot.
be sure and set your dials to WSLM 97.9 FM and 1220 AM next week for Coach's Corner Live. Brought to you in part by Salem McDonald's. To get a front row seat into local high school sports here in the WSLM Sports Zone.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
And we're live.
And tonight we've got in third place here is Coach Dean. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing as well as we should. Probably a little better than we should be. We had a little fun with Coach with Lord have mercy,
Coach
Lowry's
yeah.
50th birthday. So.
Yeah, I think you're getting part-time dementia. No, you're not getting old-timers, you're getting part-timers. Yep.
Oh, so tell me a little bit about your game last week.
No, we ended up falling Scottsburg 28-20. Came out, had a great start, got up 12-0. Got a turnover and got the ball back. Had a chance to go, kind of, send a message and put the game a little bit out of reach there early in the second quarter, and we ended up turning the ball over, giving them a short field, and let them back in the game. We trailed at halftime, I think, 15-12, and we made a comeback there at the end. Had a chance to score and try to get the touchdown, 2-1 conversions to tie it up, and we just came up a bit short. Turnovers killed us. We had 4 turnovers, and against a team like that, you're giving them opportunities at home on senior night. They were amped up. They had a big win the week before, and and we've got to learn to do that. It feels like we're kind of waiting on someone to just cave. But we've got to make those plays to make the other teams, feel that way. And we've had a lot of positives. Our kids played hard. Defensively was better Friday night. Offensively, we just we struggled a little bit with them blitzing a lot of guys, which we knew they were going to do early on. We were able to pick that up and make some plays, but it seemed like after we got the turnovers a few times, we kind of lost our rhythm on offense, and we found it late, but it was a little too late.
Yeah, and we keep. I hate to keep talking about these almost, because you guys are playing.
They're right there.
You're playing such decent football down there that like you say, you can't be satisfied with moral victory. I mean, you guys are so close every week, and it's not like you've got a bad team down there. You've got a really good team. It's just there's something working against you.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we can't catch a break. Part of that's just the way the ball falls sometimes. Part of that's just we got to go make those plays in the winning moments, and we haven't done that. It's those chances have been there, and we've got to go take it, and we got to have somebody step up and make a play that the momentum swinger, or a play that determines the outcome, and that's kind of what's happened to us. Other teams have done that, and we got to learn to step up and make those plays. I can't fault our kids. They've played hard. They never give up. They've kept fighting. They've had great attitudes, and we just got to keep working. We know that we do have a lot of young guys that are playing, and at this point in the season, you don't really use that as an excuse as much as you early. But we've got to learn to win, and we're right there, and there's a lot of positive things that we feel, and as a program, we've definitely gotten better. We had a great youth season. I thought our middle school team improved drastically from the beginning to end of the season. Overall, we're feeling better, but like you said, too many close calls, and you got to get in the win column.
Yeah, it's one of those deals that you work and you work and you work, and it just seems like nothing's clicking, or everything is clicking. It's just not. You're just teetering at the edge of it. But like you said, you guys are having good success with that youth football program down there, and that's going to filter up. And having having the kids that you've got, and you've got some phenomenal players. That running back that you guys have got is just a stud, and you know, your loss column doesn't reflect how good that team really is.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely improved a lot. You know, we know we have a bright future. That doesn't make it feel any better right now. You know, I think one of the biggest things is when we are able to accomplish a stop on defense, you know, it's like our offense kind of stagnates, or when our offense is rolling, and, you know, at times it's been, you know, seemingly unstoppable, it's the defense doesn't get a stop. And it's like we haven't put those two sides together. You know, just going back to the Salem game, we had the ball 5 times the first half, scored 5 touchdowns, and we're 4 or 5 on 2-point conversions, and that's about as good a half of football as you could have offensively. But the defense really, you know, gave up a couple of big pass plays that, you know, you take that away and it's a different game. And it just seems like, you know, in the second half of that game, we defensively struggled. And then the offense kind of got going a little late there. They kind of kept the ball from us. But it seems like we just can't get both sides driving at the same time as far as just, you know, defense getting stops and offense putting scores on the board at the same time. And really in crucial moments, too. It seems like that's been the problem. And but I think our defense has gotten better. I thought we showed signs of improvement last week. We shuffled some guys around, trying some different things just to shore up that side of the ball. And, you know, we'll see, you know, how that works Friday against the potent Charlestown offense.
Yeah, walk me through what your game plan is for Charlestown. I mean, they are an imposing force this year.
Yeah.
What do you do to prepare for that?
Yeah, they're a good team. You know, we scrimmaged them back in the summer, and we knew right then that they were probably the team to beat the conference just from you know, scrimmaging against Brownstown and some other teams. And you know, they have a lot of talent on that team. They're deep. They play a lot of dudes, and you know, I think the key is you're going to have to try to keep the ball from them a little bit. You know, use some clock management, try to slow the game down, and try to keep that offense off the field, which is easier said than done, you know, because they've got a really tough defense. So I think that's the key. You got to be able to play keep away a little bit with them, minimize possessions, and, you know, try to steal a possession or two from them, and, you know, go from there. You know, it's a game that you try to be in late in the game, and you know, give yourself a chance to win. You can't let them come out early and put a bunch of scores on you and kind of put the game away, and that's what they've been able to do to some teams.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, it is what it is. We've got this far in the season, and you just got to go out and play your game, and then, you know, move on to the next one, which moves you into the section play. Hopefully, you guys can make some things happen down there and get into that second round.
Yeah, we drew Clarksville, and you know, it's a team that we're fairly familiar with, and you know, we scrimmaged them here in the summer as well, and you know, we'll have to come out and execute and be ready, and but yeah, we're looking forward to Friday, and we'll start getting ready for Clarksville next week.
All right, Coach. Well, it's been good having you on the show tonight, and I will catch you back here next Thursday. Good luck this Friday. Or Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we'll be on air next Wednesday. We're going to play Friday, Nate.
Yeah.
There's your part-timers kicking in again. I mean,
it really has been part-timers, because I've been all over the country this last
I would say it's
2
jet lag,
months.
but you haven't even been on a jet.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I
thought
flew to Florida and back.
Well, that was like, but that was like a few weeks ago.
It hasn't stopped.
You drove to, or you know,
That's
and
even worse.
And who drives to Oklahoma?
Have you ever drove through Missouri?
I mean,
they call it misery for a reason.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you know what? You
let
your dog run away for 3 days.
Michigan. I have rode my motorcycle through Michigan, and I will not ride my motorcycle through Michigan.
Because it's so flat. Yeah, it's so flat because, you know, you can watch your dog run away for 3 days and say, here it comes back, you know.
Actually, we were on a mountain in Oklahoma.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, but not in Missouri.
Missouri is not as flat as Oklahoma.
That's awful. It's awful out there.
Yeah, they call it misery for a reason.
I mean, yeah, Oklahoma's bad, too. I mean, I don't even like Oklahoma University. I mean...
Listen, I'm gonna get into it in our next segment, but Buddy, his battle out there, a guy named Dominic Pace, he told me, he said, we asked him, I was like, where are you from, Pace? And he said, Wyoming. And I was like, That doesn't exist. That's a fake state. I've never met anybody from Wyoming.
You know why they call it Wyoming? Because they go, Wyoming.
All right, we got it.
Let's go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Communication is important on the football field just like in life. That's why Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent Jason Petmeyer wants to get to know his customers. Whether it's auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, Jason will listen to you and help you create an insurance plan to match your needs. Call Indiana Farm Bureau agent Jason Petmeyer at 812-883-2995 or stop by his office at 813 South Jackson Street in Salem. Jason Petmeyer is a proud supporter of the Salem Lions.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated at 812-277-1400 today.
Discounted savings amounts and eligibility will vary. Some restrictions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin. Products not available at every...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm going to give the mic to Chris for just a minute.
Hey, thank you, Nate. I wanted to thank everybody for their prayers and their thoughts for Grayson and our family, because, I mean, this is, you know, senior night, how can I say this? Senior night's always a tough one anyway, especially emotional. And I made it through that part. Ryan was making fun of me going, okay, I'm going to be crying like a baby. I actually made it through the walk and everything. And what I didn't make it through was seeing my kid on the field and not being able to walk off. And when we put him on the cart and drove off the field, to hear the crowd erupt was an absolute amazement to me on how much actually people loved that kid. And, you know, and the amount of text, by the time I even got done that night, I bet I had over 150 texts on my phone, wanting to know how he was, wanting to know what it was, wanting to know everything. And I you know, a lot of times, you know, me and Tara are pretty private when it comes to stuff like this, but we decided that, you know, everybody is in part of this family that we have, and we decided that, you know, family's family, and they need to know what's going on with this kid as well. So, you know, the inspiration, I don't know if you had anything down or not, but my kid is my inspiration.
That's where we're going with this tonight. So.
Yeah. I mean, he just his attitude, and, man.
Don't you start crying on me,
It's a hard one, man. I mean, it's when it's your kid, and you know when he has a better attitude about this than you do, it's hard.
Well, and that's what I was going to get at with tonight. You know, we've watched these kids. I mean, we've watched our kids since they were born, but we've watched each other's kids since they were in third grade. You know,
right?
Watching them play football together and grow up, and from who they were in that first season together to who these kids are now,
right,
is phenomenal to see. You know, Grayson has always been, he's always the kid that's behind me in my ear, you know, what are you going to do now, coach? What are you going to do now, coach? You know, so he was always, you know, you know, guiding me a little bit, you know, giving me a little bit of the guff to get me moving. And he was always there, and he was always there to help, you know. And, same thing with Nate. Little Nate. I can't call him Little Nate anymore.
No, yeah. Hey, he'll still be always your little Nate.
But watching him become the man that he's becoming, and let me tell you, after not seeing my son for almost 10 weeks, and then seeing him march in formation onto that field, and just the confidence that kid exudes now. He left my son and he came back a man.
Right.
Well, he's not back yet, but whenever he comes back, he will be a man.
Right.
And Grayson, same thing. Those kids, they were goofy little kids that we always had a good time with, and now that they've gotten to where they are, senior in high school and a private first class in the Army, those kids are a shining example of what football family is. We brought those kids from, third grade, when they were I take it back, it was third and fourth grade.
Yeah, third and fourth grade, yeah.
But we brought those kids from there to the men that they are now, and that took a community, and that took all of us that are, everybody listening, everybody that participated along the years in football, in wrestling, in general life, showing up at birthday parties and graduation parties, and just generally keeping an eye on each other's kids. That shows how much it takes a village to raise kids, and we have got a great village here.
Well, and I said this to Blair at the beginning of the year. I said, listen, if I don't get the picture of Grayson snapping to Gavin, sometime this year, because Gavin's been hurt too, then it's going to devastate me. And when he said, this is God's plan, that was like, it was huge. But then to know that, I just saw him play his last down. And he was like, it bothered me more than it did him, because he's like, Dad, he goes, it's God's plan. And it's unbelievable to have a kid that's like that. It really is, to be as humble as he is. But today, so yesterday we had the doctor's appointment and in Bloomington. Then we went all the way up to Indianapolis for Gavin's. Today I get home, he goes, I will be at football practice at 3:30. So I had to come home and take him over to football practice. He had to be there.
He's that ear. He's that
he is.
We call him sound check for a reason.
Yep.
He's the loudest kid on the field.
He is, and I don't know where he gets that from, everybody. I don't have a clue. But it's really cool to see. I know it was his last snap. It was his last, defensive down that he's ever going to get to play again. And we got 2 games left. And, it's just a football game, but he absolutely loves it. It's like a race car driver not wanting to get out of that driver's seat. It's the pitcher not wanting to come off the mound. It's the batter not wanting to give up that last home run. It's all of that in the batter that wants to hit the last home run. Yeah. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't.
I just gave you the stink eye.
You're a jerk like that, so. But it's everything that you're possibly looking forward to gone before they say, okay, this is it. You have 2 games left. Guess what? You're hurt. You're done for the year. It's almost like hitting a brick wall, stopping.
Right, and that's a great analogy. But you get to climb up on top of that brick wall and sit down and look back at how much of that fun that you got to have.
Right,
and just like last week, I know we can't play it, but the whole Glory Days thing.
Yes. Yes.
That's what you got.
That was amazing.
You're gonna look.
That was awesome.
You're gonna look back on that, and those are gonna be some of your fondest memories ever. But you're not done. Just because football's over, just because wrestling's over.
Right.
I had this conversation with Bub last year. Whenever he realized he had just wrestled his last match ever, it was devastating to him. But I had to explain to him, listen, there are bigger and better things coming, and I promise you that.
Absolutely. And talking to Grayson, he it's so cool because, yeah, it was his last down. It was all that. But guess what? It can be fixed.
Yeah.
His legs will be fixed. It's going to be back as good, if not better than new. With the physical therapy and the surgeons that they have nowadays, it's not a traumatic brain injury.
Right.
It's not somebody looking at me talking to me about chickens and talking to me like they have Alzheimer's and part-timers and dementia.
Listen,
you're still here?
Sorry,
Nate.
I'm starting to think you're talking about me.
Nope, not at all. Nope.
I don't have a traumatic brain injury.
Nope, not at all.
I got a beautiful mind.
Yeah, well, that's about the only thing beautiful on you because,
That's why we're on Radio Squad.
Yes,
hey,
yes.
Listen, I just realized there is a King Kong over there. We're going to have to make King Kong and Squad fight here in a while.
That'd be awesome. My bad shoulder, my bad elbow is probably going to win.
But no, in all seriousness.
But I appreciate everybody that has given me the phone calls, have given me the text messages, and if I didn't respond to you, please don't take offense to it at all. I've just had so much.
Now there's something I wanted to address.
I didn't.
When I text you, you text me back.
Well, but here you got to understand. I'm still on the field. I still have my phone in my pocket.
I don't care.
I didn't even look at my phone. When you're 100% of your attention is on your kid, then
you are supposed to be the president of the Nader Haters Club, and you ignored me.
That's why I'm the president. I ignored your idea.
I had to wait for you to come into the booth at halftime.
Yeah.
And text Ryan to get a response out of you.
Well, that tells you where you're at on the list.
Yeah, it does. You're fired.
Oh, yeah. So I but in all honesty, I want to thank everybody for the text messages and the prayers because that's what's helped us out more than anything. My wife, she's the rock behind everything we do, and I can tell you.
The other one's got any sense.
Well, it's because she went to 2 different colleges. Expensive education. Yeah. But there's a reason. But she is where she is now because of that. So I would say it was all because of me, but that's we all know better than that. She has a disclaimer whenever new people meet me. It's yes, I did marry him. Yes, I know that he's mine, and this is 30 years of training.
I didn't get that talk.
Yes, well, that's because she's been preparing this for a while.
You know what talk I got?
What?
Hey, why is Chris dragging that kid across the field? All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Or why is Jenna laying on the ground holding her head, and why is Chris holding his knee because he cannot walk right now because
Well, that's because Chris just kicked Jen in the head.
Yeah, but we were playing, okay, I didn't just kick Jen in the head. I mean, that's going to sound horrible on air. Yeah, I just walked up to Jen and kicked her in the head. We were playing a game called Sharks and Minnows, which now they've outlawed because...
And Chris ran up and kicked her in the head.
And I was running, and I was trying to tackle one of the kids, because they have pads on, I don't. And Jen is there, and next thing you know, I jumped to miss her. I didn't jump high enough, and...
Because you're a squad.
Well, I know, but, knee went into the forehead of the helmet, and, she's fine. She doesn't have a dramatic brain injury, so, she's fine. So, I might have messed up knee for a couple days. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and on that note, you guys have a good night.
Hey, and I have one thing. Good night, Ryan Steepleton, because you're the one that always gets my kids hurt.
Hey, listen, they don't know the gimmick. Shut up.
Okay, all right. Love you, Ryan.
You guys have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Be sure and set your dials to WSLM 97.9 FM and 1220 AM next week for Coach's Corner Live. Brought to you in part by Salem McDonald's. To get a front row seat into local high school sports here in the WSLM Sports Zone.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview View and Salem Crossing. 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-82.